It doesn't have to.
He started it and then stopped it.
I did not stop it. We're still on. We're on.
Oh, really? Because I only got...
We're live?
We're live.
I only got the first.
Is that how you go live? That's not how you go live. I've never seen somebody say, "Okay,
just throw us into the lion's den."
What are you, Joe Rogan? And then you just like sneak in.
Yeah,
you're gonna catch me talking about hemorrhoids or something.
Like we didn't even get the countdown. It was just one, and then went.
No,
live.
we did get the countdown. We did. I saw it on my end.
I literally only saw one, and then it went live, and that was it.
No, I saw all of it.
Oh well. Anyway,
wait,
you guys are frozen.
You're frozen.
You're frozen.
I'm fine. I have a fucking LAN cable with 1 terabyte internet.
Frozen.
I have a 1 terabyte fucking cable. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right, let's Google speed test then.
This guy. Yeah,
Google
speed test it. Captain Australia, bro. When is Australia gonna get into like this century?
I know. Oh, I'm pushing 50 megabits, 670 megabits per second, 80 megabits per second. 90 megabits per second.
We're live. I can see us.
The problem is you're so far from a switching station, your ping is fucked up, right? Because I'd love to see your ping. And that's what it is.
My ping's probably really bad.
How big is your ping? Show us that right now.
Yeah, like when you play online.
21 milliseconds, it says.
Oh.
21 ms.
That's pretty average, though.
Yeah. The server's in
bad. That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, well.
Maybe a wallaby fell into the ditch next to where the internet comes in from the sea. Yeah. Did you think about that?
Yeah, maybe.
Check over by that ditch.
Getting a really bad heat wave over there. You guys okay? Are you guys doing all right?
We're on fire.
Literally.
Me?
I'm fucking loving it. Bro, it's 72 degrees here all afternoon. I don't wear socks.
Are you roasting marshmallows outside? What's going on?
I mean, there's a lot of fires.
How close is it to you guys?
60 miles, 70 miles.
60 miles?
A stone's throw, you know.
There's no smoke where I am, essentially.
Oh, good.
So, I don't know.
Good.
But listen, it's a different environment, and the way that the wind goes through Malibu, and how dry it has been, and the lack of humidity, and the fact that it rained real hard for 2 years, and it created all this fuel that's ready to burn. And if the wind catches, the whole fucking city of Los Angeles might just burn down to the ground.
True.
By the way,
because once it starts going, and like you can't, it's like a super fire. And and all bets are off for the rest of the fucking southern.
I'm not logged into Twitch, so you're gonna have to change the title.
Already got it.
You got me, boy. You got me, boy.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
You're the best. You're the best,
boy.
Pythagoras, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in.
Welcome to the Three Grandmas podcast.
Welcome.
We are here to talk about a movie that Time picked this week.
I did.
You did pick it this week. I was surprised by this pick because I had only watched this for the first time like a few days ago. Not a few days, few years ago.
Okay.
And yeah, it's an interesting pick. What is it, Time? What are we watching? What did we watch?
We watched Nocturnal Animals.
Did you say Danimals?
I did say Danimals. That's right.
Danimals.
Danimals.
I hope it was Granimals.
Granimals.
Great fun line of jeans made by Sears for thick boys.
What?
The 80s. Yeah, they had Husky. If you were a fatter young man, they had a size called Husky.
They still do. What do you mean? They still have that.
They still have Husky tough skins out here?
Big and tall?
I'd love to get a fucking Husky tough skin. Yeah, but now they have like more appropriate like coating, and it's not just a Husky tough skin. I buy that.
Yeah, so I was perusing the interwebs one day, and I was thinking, I want to watch some movies. It was after I watched the infamous Lake Mungo. And I said, give me a movie that's scary. So I looked at those, and give me a movie that has that's scary but no jump scares because I'm a little baby. And I found some of those. And then,
you don't like a jump scare? You're afraid of that?
No, I don't.
Really?
And then I said, give me movies with, I think it was fake out endings or like, a crazy turn or something. And this one fit into one of them. I think it might be the turn or the shocking ending or whatever. I looked it up. I didn't know anything about it. I saw the cast. I was blown away by the amazing cast. And then Tom Ford directing the movie really threw me off because I was like, is it the same Tom Ford? And it was, and he's only made two movies.
Cologne in the theater.
Yeah, so I said, well, okay, and then I just decided let's watch this one.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, and
there's the real reason. No. JC, because of all the redheads.
There's so many
redheads.
redheads.
Not resist.
Yeah.
Every film has an ingenue who's a redhead, and every lady in this film has a red.
This is how you pick every time.
I mean,
listen, very twisted.
It was an added benefit. I'll tell you that much.
But they picked Isla Fisher specifically because she looks like Amy Adams, right? Like that's 100% the reason. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it makes sense.
Absolutely,
it makes sense. Australia's own Isla Fisher.
Is she
right?
Yeah, she's Australian.
Oh wow.
Yep. Queen.
And then I had to break down to flame Stolen Valor again because Amy Adams is not a natural redhead.
That's not true.
No, she's not. She's not a natural redhead. No.
What?
No.
The eyebrows. The eyebrows tell you.
But
she's right behind you, dude. Look at her face. She's like so mortified.
That's Isla Fisher.
Okay, see, this is all Inception.
Did you watch the movie, Prag?
Where did you? Did I watch the movie? Of course I watched the movie.
This scene is in the movie.
A couple times now.
You couldn't tell which one was which? You thought it was Amy Adams the whole time?
She, in that photo behind him, it looks a little bit like Amy Adams. Sure it does.
So
yes, like Emma Stone.
Fucking Pythagoras.
Does not look like Emma Stone.
Amy Adams,
they have the same bone structure.
Emma Stone, has been a redhead long enough that they have been ceremoniously grandfathered into redhead status.
How do you know
Surely Amy Adams gets that too. Like she looks like a redhead princess.
That's what I said. She's been redhead long enough for a long period of time that she's now considered a redhead to me.
That is bizarre to me that she's. It's bizarre to me that she's not. So Nocturnal Animals, it's a neo-noir psychological thriller. It was written, produced, and directed by Tom Ford. It's based on the 1993 novel Tony and Susan by Austin Wright, and it stars Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Isla Fisher, Armie Hammer, Laura Linney, Andrew Riseborough, and Michael Sheen. The plot follows an art gallery owner as she reads the new novel written by her first husband and begins to see the similarities between it and their former relationship.
Yep.
So, going into this, Prag, had you seen Nocturnal Animals? Did you know about it?
I saw it when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it in 2016 on Netflix DVD. They mailed me a fucking DVD, and I put it into my PlayStation 4.
DVD Netflix. Ooh.
PlayStation 4 still has the best Blu-ray DVD player in the world by far. You can try to buy a better one, but the guts that Sony put into a PS4 as far as playback is still phenomenal.
Well, didn't Sony come up with Blu-ray specifically?
Yes.
That was their thing. Yeah,
they invented it, and that was their flagship. So if you really want a fantastic
DVD, because DVD tried to do HD DVD.
I hope
HD
all physical media. I hope all physical media gets abolished. What do you think about that?
You did not just say that, Prag. Wow.
I don't have any physical media, JC.
Is that vinyls? You're done with vinyls? That's it?
I don't have any.
Wow.
He's on the cloud. He's on the cloud.
I didn't even sell them. I gave them away.
That is a wild thing.
I'll tell you why. Because the art is the thing, and it's not the medium, and it's not the because that's how they control the art.
But listen,
making it a physical thing. And if
it's
all
the opposite.
free,
it's the opposite. Did
can I still make my? Can I make my argument? And then if you, but I know, but the structure is what it is now. And so what's incumbent on is to free all of it. And so that it becomes ubiquitous and everywhere and listen, we're going into a much more technological world, not a less technological world where everything should be allowed to be streamed and accessed.
I agree with it should be.
And I can't move around all that shit anymore. All the books and the fucking media. Vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's just like.
Because then it lasts forever.
It should be. Wouldn't be of course, you could always have the option to have it.
Okay, so I want to ask a question about Nocturnal Animals.
See it.
Now, this
he watched it.
You did watch it. So this has a stacked cast, and I want to know, watching this movie, who is the MVP of this film?
Armie Hammer is always the MVP.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He eats people.
I was going to say Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon is amazing.
Oh my god, he's so good.
He's good.
He's incredible.
I love Michael Shannon, but not in this.
He
and
is
you guys
so
not like
good.
that. I love him in
he's really good
Boardwalk
in this.
Empire. I love him as the
You
mafia
are
hitman.
insane,
This
Prag.
movie is all sizzle and no steak. It is as deep as a Vogue editorial.
Wow.
That is so wrong.
And I wanted it to be good, but the more that I saw it, the second time I saw it, it really was glaring. All the scenes that were supposed to be scary and suspenseful were not. I was never afraid. I was never scared of the situations. The way they resolved things felt like an afterthought to the how they looked. Everything was about how this film looked. It was fantastic. And the words the actor said was very good. The script was very good, but the story was very not good, in my opinion.
I disagree.
And I still don't know what the allegory of the novel means to their relationship. And I thought the MVP was Amy Adams, because Amy Adams is just really talented.
Yeah, and she's fantastic in this.
I was more interested in the real story of the Amy Adams storyline than the fucking novel storyline, because I've seen it done so much better, like in Cold Blood and other film noir, because I'm comparing it to other Amero-Gothic film noir, rural, there's fucking "Oh Country for No Old Men" is an example of one that gets it right. There's an example of the Tarantino film "Natural Born Killers," which is an Amero-Gothic noir. It didn't. You have to feel dread, and I didn't feel that. And it's and I tried to figure out why. And it's not that it was a bad film, and the actors' performances were good. I just feel like it just missed. There was no sense of humor. There was no real scares. It just missed for me.
I disagree completely. Time. How did you feel?
Prag, you just, man.
That's how I feel. It's not my plan. I go into these things very neutral.
I remember I can't remember what movie it was, but we reviewed a movie and Prag liked it, and JC was a little iffy on it, and I sided with JC, and Prag lost his goddamn mind.
Yeah, I remember it was the fucking the
Treasure
Korean murder movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw the devil.
I saw the devil.
If you want to see a fucking fight between me and JC, we had a fucking 20-minute fight about all films mean something or something. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I did not like that film, and Prag loved it.
I love it.
Well, guess what? History repeats itself, because I'm siding with Prag on this one.
Well, you didn't like this.
This was I liked a lot of parts of this movie, but to me, this felt like Tom Ford became. I mean, obviously, Tom Ford is a designer and everything. And he took 1 year of film school, used all his money and all his connections, and made a movie.
Okay.
This is such a surface level movie. There's nothing deep about this movie.
I think Tom Ford's intent was good, though. I really think his intent was not surface level, and I think he does have a track record as a filmmaker. He does have a couple films, right? And but I just think that something let him down, and I think his intent was good. I don't think he was in a shallow attempt.
No,
he seems to care about it.
I thought it was.
I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
Go, Jesse.
Yeah, I didn't think this was surface level. I don't think it's as deep as some people like to profess it is. But I feel like it. I'm trying to, because the original novel of this film, I haven't read it, but I've read the plot synopsis. It doesn't involve the whole high art thing that that Amy Adams. So that feels like a very one-to-one to his life. Like, he read this novel and he kind of applied his life to it. That's kind of how I feel. This film, to me, feels like a cry for help from Tom Ford. And that's why I kind of like it. Like, it feels like him feeling like he's been sucked up into this world that he's in. And he read this novel, called Tony and Susan. He's like, this is how real people live. Like, this is what people experience, outside of my bubble, outside of my world. And then he made a movie about that. And that I feel like it's a little deeper than you guys are giving it credit for. But I'm still not sympathetic to him, because he's a billionaire who doesn't do anything to help society. So, that's kind of where I'm coming from.
I can't
I watch this
inventory
movie.
Every artist based on their ideology. I know. Judge the art.
Yeah,
because otherwise we're out to sea.
I am judging the art, and he is directly a part of this art. That whole opening sequence is that whole opening sequence of the ladies dancing, everything.
Yeah, right. That feels so like Vogue.
That felt like a representation of just his career and his like his like very vapid like
Right. Surface
fashion
level
yeah,
complexity.
and that's what I like about it because he seems self-aware that that's what he does, and
I think he's
that's
the
what he
Arnie Hammer
creates.
character. I think he
No,
casts
he's
himself as the Arnie.
no,
Do you
no,
think
no. He
so,
is
or do you think
no,
he's the
absolutely not.
Gyllenhaal?
No. He is not Gyllenhaal. He's Amy Adams. He's the Amy Adams
He's
character
Amy
for
Adams.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like he read this novel and then made a movie because he read the novel and he was like, I didn't realize this is what real people experience. Like,
But what does the murder have to do with their relationship? I was looking for but explain it to me.
like to me, the
And,
way
like, did he feel that Amy Adams murdered their divorce and raped their relationship, or what is the metaphor?
To me, it feels like he sees the world as extremely violent, extremely unpredictable, in the same way that Aaron Taylor Johnson's is, and the world sucked his relationship away from him because her like all the outside forces like
the mother,
like
right?
the mother, all of that forced their relationship apart, and he feels like
the regret.
yeah, Edward Sheffield. He feels like the world is just not built for him, not built for like sensitive softies like him. Like that's kind of where he's coming from, and I feel like it tells that story.
You know
quite
what?
Well.
Here's the problem. If you're telling that story, you have to cast a sensitive softie and not a rock hard Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
What are you talking
No, because
about? He's got the softest
you
face
cast
of all
someone
time.
with a body like mine, who is probably
Pedro
relatively
Pascal.
like I have a real fear on the. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jake Gyllenhaal is like everyone was too pretty for that story. In my opinion, because if you're gonna have like the starving artist character, he's got to appear more flawed. Because his only flaw was the lack of wealth. Because obviously they're both like Arnie Hammer and Jake Gyllenhaal.
But he also can't take criticism at all. Remember, there was that whole scene where she's like criticizing his work, and he's like he loses.
Yeah, because he knew that criticism was based on something else. That criticism was not. It's because he's not valid.
It's because
she doesn't. She's not a writer, though.
Yeah,
but how can she peer review another writer if she's not a writer? You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're a fine artist,
she's an artist.
She says she wasn't
an artist at the time.
And Jake Gyllenhaal says because you choose not to be. There's a scene where they're having that discussion, and she goes, "Well, I'm not an artist," and he goes, "Because you choose not to be."
She ends up being a curator, right? Like that's kind of the
she gets her doctorate and. She wants to be an artist. She should be an artist, and that's what he's trying to tell her. And they should live this life and trust that their art is good enough to make enough money to have a fulfilling life. Because she ends up in a cold relationship.
Yeah,
right. And so I think she regrets the path not taken. If there's like a two roads in the woods, right? The classic. What the fuck's that guy's name? I can't remember. But anyway, the poet Robert Frost. I think that's that classic. She went the wrong way, and the whole time she's reading it, she's lamenting the situation and everything. And then at the end, it's been out for a long time. She tries to meet with him, and then you can't go back. It's kind of saying like you missed your off ramp. But then, what is he sending her this book about? Just to like rub her nose in it? And
I think so. Yeah.
It's like that makes him less appealing to me because it's different if she read it, she got it somehow, but the fact that he's like sticking
it's
her
about her, it's for her. Like
I don't understand, but it's how it's about her though. I understand the mother and the daughter are real, like that's her real daughter and the real mother. And is the abortion have to do with the murder? Is that what he's trying to say? Because there's the scene where Arnie Hammer takes her.
I think so.
That's the murder. Okay.
Well, not all.
Is Tom Ford
I think the end.
Cultural conservative?
I think the break of their relationship is. I don't know anything about Tom Ford. Like I tried to look up like his like politics, and there's nothing about that online at all. He's just kind of behind the scenes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm just wondering.
Absolutely,
it's not even about the politics, more about the idiot, just like the sense of morality woven through here is very traditional American.
Yeah, I see that.
She has a good point. The mom has a good point that you do have to have a $30 million mansion in the Hollywood Hills that looks like a refrigerator.
But I feel like the movie disagrees with that though, and that's why she's like so alone at the end. Like
we got a couple of comments that are talking about the book. Pythagoras says, I took it as him telling her his feelings because he can't explain it into words. And then M Flame Princess says, him being weak was the theme, which I agree that they mentioned that a couple times. The book portrayed his weakness that the people in his real life thought him to be.
Yeah, and that's kind of.
But he was the strong one, though, right? And
no, he was not.
No, he froze up multiple times.
No, because he says to her, "You think I'm weak," and she goes and she stops him. She says, "I don't think you're weak." It takes a certain strength to go the course.
She
feels that
said
way
he
about
was
himself.
weak, but like. She didn't blatantly say he's weak. She said it in like a different way. And he's like, "You're saying I'm weak. Just say it."
But he is the strong one, though, because he's doing what he should be doing. He's not trying to be a leopard changing his spots to fit into society. He knows he has to do this art.
We can think that, but the world around him does not agree with him. We can.
I know that, but
she was saying he was sensitive.
I agree. The world is telling him that. Hold on. The world is telling him that he's receiving that message, but that's not the truth, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that the world is wrong and he's wrong about himself, that he really is the strong one.
I think the movie agrees with you, Prag. That's what I'm saying. I think the movie agrees with you. And that's why he doesn't show up at the end, because she's now a part of that world that rejected him, essentially. That's why he didn't show up at the end. And I find that final scene to be incredibly sad. And I don't know. I want to ask Time, watching this, did you find the whole sequence where they like knock them off the road, and like Aaron Taylor Johnson is just unhinged in this, and I feel like that was my favorite scene. I was laughing through it.
I was hoping that I was in that situation someday. No, it was terrible. It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying. It filled me with anger.
That was not terrifying.
What do you mean?
Max is terrifying.
What are you talking about?
I just didn't buy. I don't know. It didn't scare me.
Okay, so hold on.
And maybe I'm just cynical.
So again, I felt it was terrifying. I felt there's a lot of anxiety built up into it, knowing what's going to happen. You think you're going to know what's going to happen, and then it fucking does. But to Prag's point, seeing Jake Gyllenhaal is not believable as a weak person. And I don't know if
you have to put a little fat on him.
Yeah,
I mean, he has the biggest
right? He's got to be soft. To play soft, you have to be soft.
He has the most...
His actions and what he did obviously was speaking of to a weak person, but the way he looks, and he's got that fucking grizzled beard, and he just looks like a badass. Yeah. Like, no, it didn't work for me.
But it's a contrast. Though. It's like a contrast to who he is.
And it's not his fault. And Jake Gyllenhaal gave a great performance but
I think
just to me, this is just like a small thing that I would have preferred if they challenged me a little bit more with the casting of that particular role. That doesn't mean anyone did a bad job or was not the good intent or anything else. It just I would have preferred to see not Paul Giamatti, but like somebody who's a little more pear-shaped, right?
Yeah,
because that does exist in the art world, and they do have this people. You know what I'm saying?
I prefer the contrast. This is just can look thing.
Yeah, but this is a criticism show, right? I'm criticizing. I'm finding the things that could have been improved in my view. That doesn't mean I don't like it.
That specific scene had me questioning myself in like what I would do in that situation. You know what I mean?
I'd do more than him. I feel.
What would you do?
I'd definitely pack a fucking gun.
Yeah,
you know.
He starts touching them. I'd be
going crazy.
Yeah, and he didn't. He froze up.
When that final scene you see where he picks her up and he takes her, and he essentially just stands there and stares at his daughter being taken, and he's just like, ugh. I was like screaming, going, "What are you doing?" Like I was so mad.
Yeah, and I think it was a great scene. And then I love the character arc of Michael Shannon's character because he's completely skeptical at the start. He's like, okay, so why didn't you get in the car? Like, why did you get out of the car? Oh, he didn't have a gun on you. All right. But then the more he learns about the night, the more he learns about the story, the more he, wants justice. And I love that whole character arc with Michael Shannon. I think he's the best part of the movie for me. That's crazy.
For me, Michael Shannon and Aaron Taylor Johnson were just fantastic.
No, it's like make a Michael Shannon noise here. It's like, you know, all those great roles, Michael Shannon, that you played in those other movies. I want you to do that stuff.
He was so subdued in this, like completely different to his other roles.
That's how he plays all of his roles. Like, have you seen Boardwalk Empire? Have you seen Boardwalk Empire? It's this.
I actually haven't seen Boardwalk Empire, but I've seen heaps of Michael Shannon films.
Yeah, he put a little West Texas twang on it. But I feel like they should have given him more to do. And like, I know that it's a movie, you suspend disbelief, but the whole plot where they like get revenge, like by taking the guy back to the mine.
Well, he had
like,
lung cancer. Like,
I know
they weren't going to get the justice any other way. That's kind of
because
the point.
it was a shoddy case because he collected the evidence so poorly, and he knows he did.
No,
it was
but
like
he was
fucking
desperate.
crazy.
They were desperate to get it.
What about if we replaced Jake Gyllenhaal with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
You don't have a murder investigation with one Texas Ranger. They bring in the whole fucking crew. Yeah, everybody comes out. The CSI comes out. They're brushing things. It's not just Michael Shannon and you solving crimes in West Texas.
It was just
middle of nowhere.
That's all what are you talking about? And like nobody, like the mayor's not like, you know, it's like if somebody gets murdered, if two ladies get raped and murdered in West Texas, it's the Fox News is gonna be there, you know. And I know it's an allegory and it's a metaphor and it's happening in another time space that's not real because it's like a dream.
I love
and it's like that's what cool about. I love Vogue editorial stuff too because sometimes the fashion spread is more about the whimsy and the style. It's this very stylistic choice.
Mm-hmm.
So you disagree with the Academy for nominating him for Best Supporting Actor?
No, I don't disagree with the Academy.
I do.
This is the type of film, JC, that's made to win awards.
Yeah,
this film is designed to be nominated for a Golden Globe, and it was, and I think it won a Golden Globe. And they designed this piece by piece to be put out in December when the Academy gets their viewers, and it's technically made perfectly for someone they know likes Academy Award nominated films. And that's not a criticism, it's just a choice. It's just a choice.
But to me, like you can say that, but to me, this felt very personal to Tom Ford, and my problem.
How can it be personal? It's somebody else's book.
I know it's somebody else's book, but he saw his own life in it and made his own story out of it. Like the stuff that he adds compared to the book is completely different. It's his own, you know, he's applied it to his own life, and I feel like. I don't care. Like it's a nice artistic statement. I think he does a good job with it. My issue is I just don't really care about Tom Ford. Sorry, I don't really care about his problems.
That's a hot take.
Listen, he has $2.2 billion. Help other people. If
not enough.
You know,
I don't know what Tom Ford does with his billions. Do you know? I don't know what he does.
He has $2.2 billion. The fact he has $2.2 billion. In the first place.
Yeah, but all of the directors that we see, there's a lot of wealthy directors that we've reviewed films of.
None of them, no. I guarantee you, I guarantee you no director that... Like,
2.2 billion is a lot. Why does he have 2.2 billion, actually? That's a fucking fuck ton.
He's a fashion designer.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a lot. 2.2 billion?
Yeah, he underpays his workers, back, all of these things.
Saint Laurent and Versace, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. There's no way you amass that wealth without exploitation. But there is zero directors that have.
There's a lot of directors we've seen that exploit people too, though.
Yeah, but
even at a smaller scale,
art so it's like exploitative.
Like the closest might be James Cameron. I'll
art is exploitative.
That's a T-shirt.
I don't know.
I actually look at net worth.
It's a T-shirt.
I mean, the lack of art is exploitive. Listen, I don't know, but okay, say that he is a bad guy who abuses his workers and everything. The fact that he's trying. Can I say something though?
Yes, you can.
Given the facts of what he's doing, isn't this sort of a type of redemption and reclamation by using art to tell a story that's personal? So maybe he's on a path, and maybe he does recognize that he's on the wrong path. So we have to give credit for that when bad people try to do good things.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay. I think it's a bold statement from him. It shows that he's self-aware, and that's why ultimately I like this movie. But I can't push it up to like masterpiece level or anything like that, just because it doesn't.
Oh God, no!
It doesn't go that far. It doesn't go. You know, it doesn't. Like it shows that he's obviously sad about his life and sad about how it's turned out and how he's like alienated people in his own life. And
is that what he says?
Absolutely.
He talks about this film as like so. Okay,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just speaking on it because obviously he saw something in this. I'm just talking about the themes of the film. And the stuff that he's added that's so him. Like the whole fine art part is such a clear allegory for like the fashion business. Like it's clearly him making a statement, and
the schmatza trade.
Yeah, exactly.
I need something ruled on right now, because we're getting two sides of Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie, and I need to know which side is the best, because there's a definitive answer for me.
What do you mean?
Do we like Jake Gyllenhaal with a beard or without a beard?
I'm on Team Beard.
Me too. Okay.
I'm on Team Beard. He looks like the guy from Nightcrawler without the beard. He just looks creepy.
Yes.
It makes him look too young with a beard nowadays.
Yeah, it makes him look like a baby face.
So we all Team Beard? Is that what we're doing?
Team Beard.
Yeah.
Team Beard.
All right.
Yeah.
Flame, take that.
It makes me
that,
feel
Flame.
safe.
Take that. She was like, "Man, it looks terrible without a beard."
No,
sometimes she's
wrong. I don't know why.
She's wrong.
Sometimes on the weekend I'll just grow a little beard just to make myself feel safe.
I'm still applying minoxidil just so I can get a beard. Please. I'm 27. Give me a beard, God. That I believe in every now and then when I need a beard.
You can have mine, bro. I would, beards are a pain in the ass sometimes.
I can be, yeah. Well, this is we
want to talk about the cinematography, which is another thing I like.
I thought it was
there's a lot of things. I think you think I don't like this movie, and it's not that I don't like it. It's just think that there's some things that I would prefer to be different.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's like, I love film noir stuff, and I love the moody melodrama, and I love there's like even films like what is the name of that movie? The guy who made Twin Peaks.
Oh, David Lynch.
Mulholland Drive.
David Lynch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very moody, Blue Velvet is very moody. There has to be some surrealism in a type of a Gothic film noir for me to really buy in. And that's something that he does really well. There's like going to be a strangeness to it. Like, maybe a dwarf shows up. Maybe there's a fucking portal. Mm-hmm. Maybe, maybe just like something like just like something you don't expect.
Do you feel like this film was missing that?
And I love West Texas cinematography, but then I always think about No Country for Old Men. It really nailed it, and there's some great stills and shots of the thing, but I don't feel like I'm falling into it like a sea, right? I feel like they'll show an image of the landscape and then they'll track away and show close-ups of the actors and stuff. And I feel like when you're in a desert like that, it's almost like you're at sea, right? And there should have been more pullaways and yeah. I thought, how do you think it was shot, JC?
I do think Tom Ford has a real eye for color. I think that's definitely distinctive. He's a fashion designer, so you'd have to. But
right.
I feel like his compositions were very flashy and very like look at me, look how beautiful I can make this shot without without purpose. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like sometimes he was just trying to show off how he can frame a shot without a purpose, and that's why I can kind of see what Time was saying about he went to film school for a year. Because he has $1 billion, he can do whatever he wants. So he went to film school for a year and then made a movie based on a book.
I would love to know how much help he got with all that money. That how many technical directors were surrounding him, helping him. Okay, why don't we just fix this a little bit? Okay, great, Tom, that's perfect.
Because you don't just become a master like that.
No, right?
You have to have so much training.
Could be, but it's very rare after your second film.
Time, I want to know what made watching this film. What made you feel like it was a student film essentially? What he went to film school. You're saying you feel like he went to film school for a year.
It had nothing to do with he's a billionaire and going to school. It was more. I'm trying to throw that on top of him, but it was more he was a film student, or he was a guy that just happened to go to 1 year film school, and then he just got money. Maybe his parents gave him money or some shit, and now all these connections, and that's what it made. Because this film just didn't feel like I brought it up to Flame. So last week we were talking about Wes Anderson and how when you watch his movies, especially now, you feel like you're getting sucked into the world, and you're just watching this world unfold around you. But for me, I felt like I was watching I actively felt like I was watching a movie, except for the highway scene. That was crazy. But I felt like I was watching a movie, and I was just watching performances, and nothing really connected. It wasn't as deep as I wanted it to get. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal's performance was very wooden the first half of the movie, and it got better as it went on. I thought Amy Adams' performance throughout the entire movie was very just, I don't know. It was like half-assed. It just,
they were good together
because it felt like she was just like Jake. Well, the first half of the movie felt like it was just everyone was whispering. They were just like talking really quietly. But then like the second half I think got better. As you get
I
more,
felt like she added a lot of pathos personally, like with her eyes and her.
I mean, Adams a little bit, yeah. I think as you learned more about her character in the second half, when you see the flashbacks and everything, you saw more about her and you understood her character overall. And then I like the what is it called? I forgot. I don't know the word, but the shots where she would be in the shower and then it would go to Jake Gyllenhaal in the shower and it just like the comparison shots kind of sort of. I like those. I like how they connected a lot.
Amy Adams was in the shower and you could see Mommy's feet. That's
how
why.
dare you? I didn't see her feet. No. Jesus
of course, that's your favorite scene time.
The redhead in the shower has to be.
Yeah, redhead in the shower.
Yeah, I just felt like it didn't bring me in. Again, you brought up a great point about the art piece. The art part. Being the Tom Ford part and overlaying it. I just didn't connect with that. It felt like it was like too much in my face. I was like, look, this is high art. And it's like, I don't care.
That was such a mistake by him to open like that because unless you really like nail it as far as an exhibit like that, and it's like transcends to where the pop culture will accept that. Like if you do like exhibit art like that, it has to be like undeniable. And he was like saying like, oh, look at me, I'm such an artist. I'm not afraid to show boobs and ladies in the beginning, and I just felt it was just like
but to me it felt like the point was that it was vapid, and then we get the real art, which is the Sheffield story, Edward Sheffield's story, which is was it Edward? It's Edward, right?
Edward
Sheffield. Yeah.
You know what that does? I mean, if I'm picking up on what you're saying, because that art piece in the beginning, it's obviously hers. And
it's one that she's curated.
And she sees it and she's sitting there and the opening, whatever this and that. And then when she's talking to Armie Hammer and she's like, oh, you didn't come to the opening, and that, they get into their whole little, relationship problems. But it seems like even then when she's talking about her that as like her work kind of sort of, she didn't even like it. And then she was talking to Michael Sheen. She was like, nah, it was the guy's like, it's a success.
Sucks,
and she's like, was it though? Yeah. So even like she's not fulfilled by that type of art. So that could be for him. He's not fulfilled with what he's doing. Maybe
he's doing. Yeah, that's why I feel like this film is a scream for help from him. Honestly,
okay.
Like I feel bad for him.
The performance by the mother was
great.
I thought she was.
Oh
the
yeah,
actress
Laura
who
Linney.
played the mother.
Oh yeah,
Laura Linney from Truman Show. Yeah, she's fantastic.
So many wonderful roles, and she nailed the Texas
and the makeup was
mother
really
of the debutante. Right?
Yeah, they made her look really old, and the hair.
I didn't recognize her.
The hair was
the
great.
Actress, and then I was looking at the cast, and it's like Laura Linney was in this. I'm like, who the fuck was Laura Linney? Now I know.
It was like what's her name? Who was that British politician? Whatever her name was. Margaret Thatcher, like that sort of like hair, it's crazy.
Beehive.
So here's what I think has happened here, because I'm looking at the cinematographer, and I don't know how much, typically how much say that a cinematographer gets in how a film looks and how a film
depends.
But this guy, Seamus McGarvey, he's done so much. He worked on.
He made this movie.
Like he worked on Anna Karenina, Atonement. Joss Whedon's The Avengers. We need to talk about Kevin. Incredible film. He's done heaps. He made The Greatest Showman. Not a great film, but a great looking film. Like really good. Well, and one of my favorite films, Bad Times at the El Royale. He did the.
Hey Morgan, what's going on, buddy?
For that as well.
And I'll tell you what, if you have the money to hire a cinematographer at that level, it's really going to make the production go. It's really going to make your movie look really good because the director is managing the departments essentially at some point. But some directors are doing the cinematography, and some are like, elbow to elbow with them. And
like
I
Paul
would have
Thomas
to be
Anderson.
skeptical to know how much, see, I don't want to be this guy who's like, oh, did like somebody just make this movie for you and you put your name on it? Is this just like a commercial for your brand? It's like, but I don't know, without seeing a documentary or talking to the people who made the film to talk about like what he does. Like, I love behind the scenes documentaries about making movies. So you really understand who the real directors are and who are the fucking guys who are like,
and you can tell the difference as well because the like Zack Snyder for the longest time worked with a cinematographer named Larry Fong, and his films, like, credit to him, look gorgeous until he stopped working with him, and now he's doing his own cinematography on like Army of the Dead and his recent film Rebel Moons, and they look awful in comparison to when he was working with Larry Fong. Like Paul Thomas Anderson used to have a cinematographer, and now he does his own cinematography. But he's someone who I think has the chops and has the talent to do it. Yeah,
Licorice Pizza was an excellent movie.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Just amazing all around. Funny movie. What a comedy! Phantom Thread's my favorite.
Incredible.
Which I feel is a dark comedy.
And you can tell the difference in cinematography in Christopher Nolan's films as well. Like, before Christopher Nolan would work with Wally Pfister for ages. That is a hilarious name, by the way, Wally Pfister.
Name to please.
But then he switched to Ludwig. No, not Ludwig Göransson. The other one. He's Ludwig Göransson's the composer. Hoyt van Hoytema. And now is like his films are like look completely different. Like if you go back to The Dark Knight and then look at Dunkirk, the cinematography is clinical. Yeah, the cinematography now is a lot more like flowy, a lot more. So part of me wonders, like, obviously Tom Ford would have had a lot of say in how this film looks, but part of me wonders how much of it. How much of the talent that we're seeing on screen is actually the crew and is actually
it's hard to know.
Seamus McGarvey. I'd love to pass that out, but it's interesting because it's just bizarre to me because he did make a film before this. Like, this wasn't his first rodeo, but
have you seen that one? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, before this he made a film called A Single Man. I haven't seen it.
It's got another redhead in it.
How are the reviews?
It does. Critical response 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's
okay. That might be that may be something to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to know because you don't want to take away credit from people when that's not warranted either. But you also don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
but then you see filmmakers like Robert Eggers who clearly have been through years and years and years of training in film school to finally put out The Witch. And then you have Tom Ford, who, like, you look at his, like, biography, and he was a fashion designer all that time, and then suddenly makes a movie. It's like, where did that come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to know because a lot of art students are very multidisciplinary, like David Bowie, for example, or like people like someone like Mick Jagger can act, and he went to the London School of Economics, and like some people are just like so talented and so creative they can just like do things like that, but you don't know unless you like see the long-term work output, so I'm not familiar enough with him. So I don't think he's David Bowie though.
Pythagoras just mentioned Kari Joji Fukunaga, who's a great director.
Damn.
But yeah. I don't know
Pythagora, why. Are we gonna have Pythagora on the show or what? Maybe this year.
On the show.
Pythagora, hit me up on Discord. We'll book you for the show and come and review a film with us. Shit, what are we talking about?
By the way, has Aberbox confirmed that we're watching?
Not yet. He's confirmed. Okay. I mean, he's going to be here on the February 15th. So I told him as long as you tell me by the week before. So,
next week we got Anders.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Next week. Oh heck yeah.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite movies, comedies.
What? Have you seen it?
I remember sending that to Lance like 3 days after I started watching his stream.
You've seen Windy City Heat. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, because they used to put it on Comedy Central constantly.
Yeah, it used to be on there all
Jimmy
the time,
Kimmel
I had never
produced
heard of
it
before.
Really?
It was a very Comedy Central. I remember when it premiered on Comedy Central for some reason, which was smart. And then it's always been free on YouTube. So I always if I want to share a movie and I don't want to worry about DMCA and like pirating and all that stuff, I say, here, this is a YouTube link. This is a banger. So I can't wait to talk about it. It's such a great film.
It's good.
Do we want to like put a cherry on top of this one?
Yeah, I think so. Pragpro. Would you recommend Nocturnal Animals, and what would you rate it?
I enjoyed this film because I enjoyed thinking about what I would change about it. Now, that may sound very presumptuous and horrific, but I did have fun watching it, but I didn't fall into it like Time is saying. Like, a great movie to me is like I get lost, like Rushmore or something like I'm in the school in there. I'm like one of the students. I'm watching these characters around me. I'm in it. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it was. And the first time I saw this, it didn't even click to me that Tom Ford directed it. I didn't even wasn't even interested in the director. And it felt a little hollow to me because I was invested in the storyline, especially with the highway stuff. But then how things resolved didn't seem smart enough for me, because I think that there's experience in Hollywood and in film where they resolve things in clever ways and in much more interesting ways. But I do like the performances, and I mean, I would recommend this to a films. I would make if I was teaching people things and like if I knew about cinematography, I would take a film like this and like present it to the class and say, how would you guys make this better, or
how would you frame this up?
Because it's a good foundation, and so but I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. I mean, it's not going to be at the tip of my tongue when we're talking about movies at a party. Like, oh, have you seen Nocturnal Animals? It's so fire. Because that's the type of movie I expect from an Academy Award, Golden Globe nominated film. I want something that makes me want to talk about it, as like sell it. And so I like some of the things. I think it's like a 64.
Fair enough. Time. Would you recommend Nocturnal Animals? What would you rate it?
I mean, I feel the same way as Prag. I mean, as I got further into the movie, I started enjoying it a lot more. Again, the performances were very mixed for me. But Aaron Taylor Johnson, who I just cannot stop speaking about him enough because he's fucking awesome. Everything I've seen him in has been so good.
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass, yeah. Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah. I've heard he's good in Nosferatu. I want to see it.
That's what I heard. Yeah. Bullet Train. He was fantastic in that movie.
He's so funny in Bullet Train. Yeah.
But I mean, it's I was expecting a lot from this movie, and I came out not disappointed, but just annoyed that I wasn't fully invested in like I wanted to be. But I think it's a fine movie. It does make me want to see the other Tom Ford movie. I think obviously he has talent. Kid's got moxie, I don't
know what the deal is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, hopefully he makes another movie. It'd be kind of cool to see. But whatever. But I will say this, I'm going to give this movie a 70 baseline, but it does get extra points because it said Nocturnal Animals in the movie. And I love when they say the title of the movie in the movie, and she said it twice, so it gets double points.
And we even see the title on the book.
So technically 3 times.
My husband used to call me a nocturnal animal. I never sleep.
It was so cute.
I want to do that scene.
I love it. I love
that scene in the gallery where the lady comes and like she's showing, like she's like, what's that painting? Like there's a painting that's always been there, and she breaks her phone. Like that's kind of a funny scene.
It just says revenge on it.
Yeah, and then the lady's like, it's always been here. You bought it. Like I haven't slept in 7 years.
Yeah, so for me, it gets a 75.
Yeah,
it's a fine, solid movie. Yeah.
See, I recommend
it.
Yeah. So you said baseline 70, and I'm giving it a 70. That was the score I was going to give it.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I saw it's the second time I've seen it. The first time I seen it, I didn't connect with it as much as I did the second time, and I feel like the context surrounding it, like the fact it's made by Tom Ford, makes it more interesting. Like I literally think
100%.
I literally think the story changes and becomes more interesting knowing the context. And I don't know, that makes it, I feel like a director's work is, and a director's context is important when assessing a film. And that becomes part of the experience of the film for me. And yeah, I didn't mind it. It's not the best film. I remember when I first watched it, I thought I was going to get another like really good thriller like Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite thrillers of all time.
That's a fantastic movie.
It is nowhere near as good as Nightcrawler. And it also reminds me a bit of another film I saw called Velvet Buzzsaw. Have either of you seen that?
I've heard of it.
It came out on Netflix. It's by Dan Gilroy, who also made Nightcrawler.
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal's in it too, right?
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it too. Yeah. It's about the high art world. It was kind of lukewarmly met, but it's kind of a weird. It's a weird satire of fine art in a different way to this film. Almost feels like a response to this film, honestly. But Velvet Buzzsaw, I'd recommend it. It's weird. It's really weird. It's not the best film ever, but it's funny in some parts. It's just bizarre in other parts. But this film, you know, I do find the entire story within a story to be really tense. And I think Michael Shannon is fantastic in this. Like, he's my favorite character in this film. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is unhinged. He's just, you know, he's a maniac. And that's kind of how the world is, at least for Tom Ford.
I didn't buy him as a maniac, but
I like
look like a fucking model. You look like every model in Manhattan.
Who?
I mean, these guys are ripped.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Because he's sitting on the toilet. Everybody in the movie is like, they have like a 24/7 gym membership, and they're using it to the full.
For sure.
My favorite line in the movie, even though it's set in like the worst, like heinous context, but I still love it, is Aaron Taylor-Johnson at the very end when he's like, you know, basically saying, if you're going to accuse me of something that's not true, I'm going to make it true.
Yeah, that was terrible for me, because I'm like, so your daughter said I'm a rapist, well, and I'm going to be a rapist to prove the point. I'm like, that's so dumb. It's like, that's the motivation. It's like, what are you doing, Tom Ford? It's like, now I know you didn't make this film. Now I know your cinematographer shot the film, but you fucked it up. And then one more thing. Can I get Isla Fisher side by side with Amy Adams? I need to see.
They don't look the same at all.
Later, I need to see. Because I'm looking at her and I see her.
Hold on.
Side to side. I need everyone in chat to see. Because there's bone structure stuff there. And I need a citation about Amy being a false redhead, because you can't just go around claiming
she was.
People are like pretending to have hair color.
We need citation on that.
I need citations.
Isla Fisher is in one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Which one?
Hot Rod.
Okay.
Well, Isla Fisher's in one of my favorite comedies of all time.
What?
Wedding Crashers.
That's a good movie.
What do you guys mean they don't look like each other?
They don't.
They don't really.
Well, the last picture they did. It looks like someone had.
They're both
redheaded. The first one you showed me. They'll go back. No, that one.
They don't.
The face structure is not that far off. I mean, there are some differences, of course.
Their eyes are completely different.
And then, are you telling me Amy Adams is dyeing her eyebrows red?
That's kind of crazy if that's true.
Because it doesn't look like she dyes them. It looks like a natural.
You better get a source on that time.
I'm going to get some talking about it.
This is what we have to have a trial show on Twitch where we adjudicate these things publicly with a jury.
Don't look at Amy in her latest movie. You're talking about Night Bitch?
Oh, I forgot to bring that up.
But you have to compare them at the same age.
Night Bitch so bad.
That looks like a batshit insane movie.
Can I see a trailer for that? Can we watch a trailer?
It's insane.
Yeah,
I can show a trailer.
Yeah, it's a TV show, right? We're making TV, right? Can we watch it and then we'll sign off?
It's from the same director as what's it called? Can You Ever Forgive Me, which is a fantastic film. But
I want to see them, Isla and Amy same age side by side. It's not fair if you don't.
All right, let's watch this trailer. I'll put it up. Here we go.
Thank you.
Super cute. Do you just love getting to be home with them all the time? Yeah, I do. I love it.
You're an artist,
Oh no.
right? Well, I used to. Wow. But that feels like a lifetime ago. So
Yeah,
totally.
definitely. We get it. I used to be a stripper.
The before
You
time.
don't know where this trailer's going.
Nobody in this family can clean their own butts.
No. Oh, that's okay.
This is 40.
Throw it out.
Okay. For what
You
it's
have
worth.
no idea where
I
this
would
trailer's
kill
going.
to stay home with them every day.
Okay.
Mama fuzzy.
I'm not fuzzy. I just feel off. Look at my teeth. See how sharp they are?
It's a little bit weird.
She does not dye her hair red.
It changes you. It connects you to some primal
That is
urge.
Jessica Harper,
outrageous.
I like her.
I feel like I'm stuck.
Make up a plan.
Yes, she does.
draw up a
Yes, she does.
schedule. Happiness is
Okay.
a choice.
Could be. I don't know.
Happiness is a choice.
I'll try. I'm never going to be smart, happy, or thin
Okay.
ever again.
What the fuck is this movie?
And I'm pretty sure I'm turning into a doll.
You're so funny.
What the
I
fuck?
feel like the big secret is that we are gods.
We need to have a watch party for this one.
Create life.
This is crazy,
So
bro.
powerful. What the fuck? I could crush a walnut with my vagina.
That's fact.
I am a woman. I am an animal.
What the fuck? Amy, are you okay?
I am night bitch.
Jesus Christ, dog. Okay. All right.
Insane.
That's
Where did you go?
I am her run.
I'm gonna start saying night bitch to everybody. That's gonna be what I tell everybody.
God damn
Night
it.
bitch. That's so crazy. I
Isn't
hope
that
they
a
pull it off.
All right,
Bizarre role.
so this article is from Business Insider
It's original.
in 2000, I think 23 or whatever.
I love
And it
you,
says
Amy.
redhead celebrities that are naturally blonde.
Oh
And then it lists
no.
Amy Adams that said
Strawberry
this is
blonde.
Amy Adams credited part of her whatever blah, blah, blah. The minute I went red, it was like quirky instead of flirtatious and dumb.
Oh,
She used to be strawberry blonde. Stolen
Strawberry
valor.
blonde is red,
It's not,
though,
it's not
isn't
red.
it? Isn't
No,
that
it's not.
in
Not
the
even close.
world?
No.
Oh, really? So
No.
you don't take any strawberry blonde as a redhead?
No.
Because I immediately put them in the redhead category.
Oh, shockingly, Christina Hendricks, not a real redhead. That's
What?
Why are you destroying my life
This
tonight?
is bad for me too.
need
I didn't want to
these
read that.
things. It's bad for everybody. Where are the real reds? I need the real reds to stand up and take your fucking roles back.
Emma
It's
Stone,
funny.
obviously not a real redhead, and obviously we know that.
It is funny because you have people who are
Strawberry
clearly,
shortcake?
you have people who are clearly redheads and they
Mhm.
won't admit they're redheads. They'll say, "I'm
Yeah.
strawberry blonde. I'm dirty blonde." Like, I had someone who went to school with who was exactly like
Name
that. She's
what?
like, I'm strawberry blonde, and she was like full redhead. It was
that's
it was
with
like
the
so.
freckles and-
And
I-
our friend Lance as well.
No,
he's a
see,
full
this is what I was
redhead.
gonna-
Ginger.
this is what I was gonna
Lance
bring
is
up.
a ginger.
You
So,
guys
he
don't
is
know what a
100%
redhead is because
redhead.
he's not redhead at all.
He's 100%.
He's not
redhead.
at
There's
all.
no-
At
He's
all.
Ranga to the
No.
He looks
max.
like Alfred E. Newman
No.
from Mad Magazine.
Freddie Newman.
Yeah, he does.
Facial structure.
I know
and
my
everything.
guy.
Mhm.
And
Oh
you know
my
what? I had
God.
lectured him last night about attending his
We did.
community
We did.
shows, and he's not here, right?
Yeah.
So
he's
I'm
not.
not, that doesn't work. So now we know that doesn't work. We're gonna just have to figure out a
He-
way
I
to
keep
he-
missing
him.
his streams because I'm working. I feel so bad.
He was on a call with us last night for 2 hours.
That's not your responsibility.
Barely said anything. He's playing Balatro the entire time, which is my
Dude,
fault. That's my
Balatro
fault.
is sucking people's life away.
It's the
I
best.
swear.
It's literally the best game ever.
I play. Here's the thing: is I play. I do a run, and my
Mhm.
run lasts for like 8 hours. But then I finish the
That's a
run,
long
and I don't
ass
want to. It was a long run.
Why
and
are you
but then
running
I
so long?
because I'm good at the game.
Oh,
But-
you're going endless. Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah. But
Okay.
but then when I lose and I'm out, I'm like I don't want to start again.
I did
so
the same
I
thing.
just
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
But then I just don't want to play for like a week or so,
Mhm.
and then I'll play it again. You know what I mean?
See?
Like,
it's crack.
but
Literally
it's
crack.
not like it's not like instantaneous. You know, like
Oh,
it's
for me it is.
I don't
It
want
is.
to play like straight away. I want to play. I want to lock in for a run, and then I won't play it for like a month. And then I'll
okay.
lock in for a run, and then I won't play it. For
That's
a month.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Where did
Um,
Pythagora join the Discord? Somebody send me
Oh,
his
shit.
fucking
I sent
thing
him-
so I can
I
book
sent-
him.
Hold on. Pythagora.
I don't see it.
I will message you. I'll message him. I sent him.
Yeah, Why don't you set up the date this
I
time?
sent him the link for Ghostbusters. That's my fault.
And we have to
That's my fault.
update
That's
the
my fault.
openings. Oh fuck.
That's fine.
Well,
That's
good.
fine.
That's two birds.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
No, welcome to Ghost
We'll
Monsters.
get it. We'll get it.
It's a better Discord anyway. We have to update the listen, when we book someone for the 15th of February, we have to update the list so that's filled in.
We will.
Because it gets confusing because I don't want to double book somebody by accident because I'm a scatterbrain.
You can edit
The schedule currently is what's going on right now.
When's Flame Princess coming on?
Never again.
She already came on.
Why can't she be on a couple times this year?
Because I wouldn't allow it. That's why.
I thought her opinion about Marriage Story was based.
Because every time that it says guest pick, that's an open spot.
Until it still says open because ABBA's booked on the 15th of February, but then it still says open. So it's like, what's open and what's closed?
What are you doing, dude? You're looking at the wrong list. I've got
there's two lists. There's two lists.
Listen, my guy, you have to pin the list that you want everyone to use the master list, pin it, unpin that, everything else, and we just need one thing.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Confusing.
You pinned the picture. The picture is not
because
it.
You weren't sufficiently notifying me, and I needed to like create a longer thing. I want the full year, and listen.
In our 3 grandmas chat, the stream schedule is the editable one, the long one, that's in there at the top. Okay, that is the schedule, and it's not going to change.
I'm going to look right now.
Do you want me to start doing it in the Discord channel?
Yes.
I can do that instead. All right, we'll stop doing it in the group chat. We'll do it in the Discord channel. How about that?
See, the thing that's pinned at the top says 8 months ago. Is that what you're talking about?
It's the one, yeah. I edit it every time.
Let me see.
ABBABox is locked in.
But on what is it? February 15th. This is Mitchell Mansfield Smith, TBD, and Putrescent. This is ABBABox's date.
No. You said ABBABox's date was the 1st.
No, the 15th.
You didn't say it was the 15th. You said it was the 1st.
This is why we have to do this, guys. Let me see what my thread with ABBABox says. Come on, bro.
You said it was
that
the
would have been a
1st.
major fuck up. You know that?
Yeah, that would have been your fault because you told me the 1st.
No, because I'm gonna review the thread and see what I told everyone because we have a long thread there. Let me see. February 1.
Yeah.
You're right. Where did I get that idea? That's why I get confused, man.
So
let's just have one system.
So Mitchell Mansfield Smith is a friend of mine.
So that's good.
Is a friend of mine from film school. He's made a short film that we'll watch and discuss, and he's going to pick a film as well. Next week, Anders has his own film that we're going to watch as well.
Windy City Heat.
As well as Windy City Heat. He didn't make Windy City Heat.
He did.
I think he did.
A lot of people are saying he did.
Yeah.
He did?
No, this is actually good, JC. I see what you're saying now, and I stand corrected. I apologize.
Okay, so you need to check that because I update it. I update it whenever there's a new guest. All right.
Well, I'm a bad person, and that's what I do.
I keep up on this. I'm good at this. All right.
I see that. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know where I was looking and what happened.
All right. Do you want me to start doing? Do you want me to copy that list?
No, that's good. Right now that I think I figured it out. I don't know what happened before because for whatever reason, I don't know.
I edit it every time. All right. Anyway,
I know.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for.
You never gave a score.
I did. I gave it a 70. I gave it a 70.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go watch Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. That's what I'm probably going to watch tonight. You guys going to watch anything tonight?
Oh, I love Superman 2. And also, everyone watch Windy City Heat because it's free on YouTube, right? Essentially, like you can find a lot of versions of it that are free or you can find an affordable stream. But it's really funny. So the community, I think it would be great if you guys watch the review next week and like you can comment on it and enjoy it more.
I'll post the link.
If you've seen the movie.
So here's the link. I'll put it in the Discord.
Right Kneel before Zod. That's Superman 2.
That is Superman 2.
Lance has a Superman 2 turtleneck sometimes that he looks very much like General Zod.
But yeah, it'll be the first time I'm watching it. I'm watching the Donner cut first before I watch.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, I would be fascinated to know what you think about it.
I've never seen the Donna Cutter.
Because
either.
I saw it when I was a very little boy,
But
and I loved it. But
did you watch the
so
Richard Lester
campy.
version or the Donna version?
Whatever was in the movies, I don't know. I was,
Okay, the Lester version. Right.
It was like 7 and 8 years old.
Have you watched?
It was so campy.
Have you watched the Donna cut? The one
No,
that
I don't think so.
So what happened was Richard Donner got taken off halfway through the film. He made the first one. And Richard Lester was brought on, and he made it more campy and stuff. But Richard Donner's version is apparently a lot more earnest and it's darker apparently. So yeah, I'm watching the Richard Donner cut. So yeah,
and he's gonna watch it live in the Discord.
I'm not gonna do that.
Live with his family. Yeah,
because that's what a community manager does. He's thinking about the community before his own needs.
Listen,
to try to create a more secure situation for himself in the long term. As an artist.
Listen, I literally could. I could do that. I could watch Superman 2.
Everybody, guess what? We're all going to go to a watch party in the Discord.
Right.
What time can it start? It's 9 Pacific right now. 9:12 Pacific.
Don't know. Anyway, we'll
what do you mean you don't know? Can we actually do this though?
I don't know. I wanted to watch it like later.
Yeah, we're leaving.
I understand.
Later tonight.
Bye.
Anyway, bye. Have a good night, guys.
Say hi to Bagger. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Love you, Bagger. Good night.
Love you, Bagger. Bye.
Perfect. Love it.
Still live. Still recording. Still live.
Okay.
Still
What do you